And this is where I'd put my 4090 if I had one. This video is completely about preparing for the NVIDIA 4090 launch, which has actually already passed, at least at the time of recording. And we need to get all of the components in this case and put them into a different case, because as you guys know, the 4090 is actually, or the 4090 series or 4000 series, or at least looking at the 4090s, whatever, are absolutely massive. So we're gonna have to dismantle this chassis, or not, I guess dismantle the chassis, but take everything out of it, put a new case, so that way when I do eventually get a new 4090, I almost broke that. When I do get a new 4090, preferably a Founders Edition, but yeah, at this point I'm willing to take anything I can get. It'll fit. Now, I think the Founders Edition will actually fit in here with like 0.5 inches to spare, not very much room, but the other cards are too long for this chassis, and since I don't know what I'm going to get, I felt like, what the heck, might as well just go ahead and move everything to a new case, because I'm more than likely going to get a massive card anyway, or, well, all the cards are going to be massive, and honestly, this case, not exactly known for the best intake or airflow, so it can get pretty toasty inside for the components, and the 4090s are so massive, having such a tight space and poor airflow is going to make it hot, and they're going to thermal throttle, and we're going to have more problems. So that's another reason why I'm moving to a different case, a larger case, in fact. And boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of work ahead of us. There is so much to do. I'm going to miss this case so much. And for those of you that don't know, this is the Enthoo Evolve M-ATX version, and we're moving to the Lian Li 011 Dynamic Evolution. So all of these parts are going to look absolutely tiny inside of that absolutely massive case. But that's okay. We're going to try and mount the GPU vertically anyway when I get it, so hopefully that covers up some of the wasted space. Man, where to begin? I guess we can start just by removing the graphics card in here, and then we'll just slowly take out the components as necessary. We're not going to do a full system rebuild. I'm going to kind of limp along for a little while with my current CPU, which is a 5800X. I think that'll be plenty of horsepower for the 4090 initially anyway. If I do end up bottlenecking the 4090, I'm going to upgrade later on, but I'm going to wait a little bit until we get both the Intel 13 gen CPUs out, as well as AMD's 7000 series. So, man, I really don't know where to start. I guess just unplugging everything, right? It's weird. I haven't dismantled a computer in forever. At least what it feels like forever. I forgot how much stuff gets plugged into these computers, man. I'm kind of looking forward to working in a bigger case because, well, they're bigger and easier to work in. But at the same time, like, I'm not looking forward to having a bigger case. And I forgot how hard some of these cables were to get out. Come on, get out of there. Is that both of them? It is. Whew. Freaking ripped a hole in my finger. All right, motherboard's free, I believe. Get this beast out of here. This Dark Rock Pro 3 looks absolutely enormous on this motherboard. And it's going to be funny when I get the 4000 series graphics card. It's basically going to dwarf everything else in this system. So that's going to be awesome to look at. And Jay, I'm just going to say this, man. I think it's perfectly reasonable to get a 4000 series graphics card instead of downgrading. Like, it's not technically downgrading, but picking up a 3080. I know we talked about it, but yeah, I think I'm just going to ride out the wave, and hopefully I can catch a wave of 4000 series when those stock gets refilled, because I really want one. I was happy with the 37 Ti, which, by the way, for those of you who keep up with the channel, people like Jay, Jason, and all the other guys, I'm back on the Titan X. There's a reason for that, and that's because I gave the wife her 3070 Ti back. So I am downgrading on a Titan on a 4K monitor, an OLED 4K monitor with HDR and all this stuff that it can't even support. I'm playing at 1080p because, as you guys may recall, this graphics card actually has some issues like artifacting and stuff, but it still kind of works for the most part. So I really need that graphics card. I really need it. it'd be nice to have. Now that we've got the motherboard removed, I guess we just need to like remove all these other things, like these SSDs. I have two 2 terabyte SSDs and a RAID 0, giving me 4 terabytes of storage. So that way I can pretty much keep all my games installed and download any game that I see fit or want to as they come out. Because as you know, their games aren't getting any smaller. They are continuing to grow in size, mostly because the assets are like now in 4K and all the graphical updates, which is nice. But yeah. Oh, I forgot I had this in here. I have a fan controller that's magnetic. It's been so long since I've played with this thing. Is this made by... Oh, this is made by Fantex too. We're carrying this over to the new case for sure. I guess let's just start ripping stuff out, man. I don't know. I'm both excited and also not excited because moving cases is not fun. I'd prefer to keep this case, but like I said, with the potential heat issues that I could run into, it just would absolutely not be worth the trouble. Why are these so hard to remove? They're like... Seriously, and they're good. Okay, we'll just remove them. Here, that's much easier. Oh boy, here we go again. I believe I've gotten everything out of the case. We'll have to remember to put that back in the future. So we have 4 fans in total. We're gonna have to add fans to the next case. So definitely be needing, well, maybe not, needs probably a strong word. But definitely be wanting additional fans. The more we have, the better, I think. And it's not going to matter too much. I am totally wrapped up somehow. Okay, there we go. The more that we have, the better, to try and get some more airflow in there. It depends on the graphics card that we go with. If we get the Founders Edition, it probably won't matter too much. But if we get one of the other tri-fan ones, we'll want to try and get as much air into the chassis as possible. In and out of the chassis as possible, because the air is going to become very turbulent with 3 fans in there, just chopping all the air up. It's going to be destroying the airflow. Where's my other case? Okay, so big reveal time, I suppose. Now I'm sure everyone's seen this chassis from Lian Li. I have it facing backwards, I know, but here she is. This thing probably weighs like 40 pounds. It's freaking heavy. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's freaking heavy. Here it is. This is what I went with. I haven't really played with this chassis too much. I don't know how to like actually take it apart. So a bit of a learning curve for all of us, but I'm gonna assume, like most cases, ooh, that's nice. You start from the top, or I guess the side. I don't know, whatever. We're starting from the top. I have seen videos on this chassis a long time ago, so I have some vague memory of how to go about it, but not perfect recollection. How the heck do I get this off? Oh, there's a screw here. Maybe I just unscrew this. I don't know if I slide it. No, maybe I pull it. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's cool. It's got little nipples right here. They're not called nipples, but I'm calling them nipples. Presumably to hold the glass against the chassis. That's nice. All right, it's one panel. We're going to remove those. The primary reason why I went with this chassis is because it's extremely flexible. You can vertically mount your GPU, whether it be hanging from the chassis or standing upright horizontally. You can reverse the entire chassis, so if it's going to sit on your left side, it'll be reversed, but then everything will be right side up, technically upside down, but not really, because I've always thought graphics cards for the longest time were upside down. And then there was a small stint there for a little while where we had graphics cards that were right side up. Does this do the same thing? Yes, it does. Okay. I don't think I'm going to reverse it. I kind of would like to, but I'm going to vertically mount my GPU instead. Or vertically, horizontally, vertically mount it, if that makes sense. So we're not gonna invert this thing or reverse it, whatever they call it. It's pretty cool. Got some drive bays for my SSDs and also some mounting points for my SSDs. I can just stick them right in here. Perfect. We'll play with that later though. In the meantime, I guess we need to take this off because it looks like there's a bunch of cables that I need access to. Alright. 8 years ago, everyone laughed at me when I bought a 1200 watt power supply. But look who's laughing now. Me! You guys don't have a 1200 power supply that you bought for $500 8 years ago. Okay, maybe some of you do. I don't know which ones of you do, but somebody probably does. Thankfully I did, because it means I don't have to buy a new power supply. I can keep using this one even longer, which is great. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually get the rest of my PCIe cables, or PCIe power cables, so that way when we get a new NVIDIA graphics card, we can give it 4 PCIe power cables instead of 3, because apparently that's changed. So I just got to rummage through here and find those. I should have 4. How many do I have currently? Is this 4? Oh, 1, 2, okay, 3, 4. So I got all the cables I need. So we're gonna go ahead and run these. Oh, how did I get 3 in my hand? We're gonna go ahead and run these for now. So we have them. I have 4. Okay, 4. We're gonna use these 4 instead of the banana ones. We have some banana splitters, so we're not gonna use. Or actually, I guess we don't need to. Yeah, we're not going to use the ones that split off. We're going to use the 8-pin to 8-pin ones. We got everything we need. We're going to pre-run those because we're going to need 4. I think I've said that like 4 times now. Sorry, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts because I'm all over the place. What the hell kind of cable is this? Oh, this is USB-C. I don't have one of those. Maybe one day in the future. All right, enough lollygagging. No lollygagging. Let's get started. All right, time to see if all the lights power on. Oh. That might help a little bit. All right. That's always a good sign. Pretty sure we're gonna get into the system now, but yeah, this thing is done. All right, well, oh my gosh, this thing is heavy. I'm done with this video. It's time to do some gaming. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.